I changed my mind on Mikel Arteta. Hot takes episode 2. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your hot takes. I'm trying to make this a thing, people. We're trying to diversify the content and talk about Arsenal, talk about general football. Obviously, bare stuff in it. Like you lot of the family. Who would I be if I didn't try my best to keep you lot entertained in it? So yeah, it's lighthearted. Don't take it seriously and all of those kind of things. Drop a comment and let me know your hot takes, people, if you've got any in relation to Arsenal. Now, episode 2. Let me look at my screen. What's the first one we're going to start with? The football world is annoying, not Arsenal fans. I'm going to go with that because I do think people become intentionally obtuse. I was going to get myself cancelled there. Fucking stupid is what I would say when it comes to Arsenal Football Club. Listen, Arsenal have some special fans in the fan base, people that, will love to make their noise and emotionally volatile, all of that. But if you take off your club cap, yeah, there's a couple of things I would like to say. The first thing is the reason you find yourself so annoyed by Arsenal fans is because we're the waviest, we're the culture club. Your friends, your family, your loved one, your brethren, everybody. Like I'm making up statistics here, but 1 in 3 people that you lot probably know and engage with in some community or shape or form is an Arsenal fan. That's why you think it's annoying. Another reason as you think it's annoying is rightly so. Second again, ole, this, that, and the third. You're talking smoky. A lot of people in life like to give banter but can't take it. You lot see me, I'm not really a banter kind of person, but I defo slug it on social media or on TalkSport, apologies, or in the comments. When it works for me, great. When it's not, hold it in it. As long as it's in the realms of banter. And a lot of fans can't do that. You can't, it's like the boy and girl who cried wolf. You can't call us everything under the sun. Been proven right year in, year out, to be fair. And if it finally works for us, you can't tell us anything. And then even that, how can you call Arsenal annoying, yeah, when you do the maths? We're one football club. Millions of people follow us around the world and in this country. We know that, right? But if there's, and I'm not saying accusing any other fan base of this year, but Arsenal is here. Everybody connected, me, you, and everyone. Arsenal's here. On the other side, you got Man United, Man City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Spurs, West Ham, Southampton are forcing it, Newcastle, teams that are in League Two, their fans are doing the most. I get it, social media and everything else. You lot outnumber us. And so why do you lot keep our names alive? You lot, your content creators, your social media platforms, they talk about Arsenal more than anything. I dare you lot to go and look at any Chelsea, Manchester United, journalists, pundits, YouTubers, etc. They're talking more about Arsenal, whether we've been back-to-back 8th or fighting for titles or in the Champions League. You look talk about us more. Where you look at Arsenal fans, and football's for everyone. You look at, I could definitely look at my channel. I definitely talk about a lot of other clubs, but the vast majority, if not all, or every single video is about my football club. So we can't be that annoying. And you lot are annoying. Arsenal fans, we've been bitching, pardon my language, about referees for time. You lot have told us to get on with it. Then you see what happened against West Ham, and you're moving like we made the decisions. I'm sorry, but against West Ham last season, I saw the ball go out of play. I've seen that against Newcastle. Man, I forgot to draw lines, numerous handball decisions, inconsistent second yellow cards, all of these kind of things. Every fan base will cry that they've had more decisions gone against them than for them. It swings and roundabouts. We've told you about the inconsistencies. In the same way, Gabriel Magalhaes goes down at Newcastle away. We do not get that free kick, and we have to hold that, and it works against Spurs. There will be an incident that could go, God forbid, but goes against Arsenal with the whole Raya kerfuffle and everything else. And there's a different outcome. Simply put, every week for referees, and no one could tell Arsenal fans, bro. I'm 31, bro. Mike Dean, I'm on to you for life, and a couple other refs and every other ref. Fuck the system, if I'm honest with you. Like, it's the inconsistencies. The same incidences will happen game in, game out with different outcomes. And a lot of people, we all share that about referees, but a lot of the thing is just because Arsenal benefited from it. Directly, in fact, we benefited for it. You tuned in for Arsenal tears and you started crying. Because when we was bitching about refs, when we were telling you lot about injuries and half these things, they get onto us. You lot have called us, you lot have mocked us for scoring own goals, set pieces, and now you're all copying it. We're boring, despite the fact that you're tuned in throughout the season, probably more than certain other Arsenal fans. So how can we be annoying, bro? Like, you get it? Like, step back and use some common sense, people, if I'm completely honest with you. So I find the football world quite annoying. Don't get twisted, Arsenal fans included, I find football discourse annoying because I don't think there's no balance. There's a scope for banter. There's a scope for tribalism. There's a scope for everything. But then you have to bring it all in, have some balance, and have some honest discussions. But we all know, whether it's YouTubers or on platforms, society hasn't learned to ignore in it. So the minute you say something, it's annoying. You lot praise managers for joining in celebrations. My gaffer breathes on the sideline. You got issues with it. You called us soft and say we need to adopt the dark arts. Then what happened? Because nobody had an issue about set pieces and Arsenal when Ramsdale was getting thrown into the back of his own net. Gary Neville and Jamie Carragher when Brentford got promoted joining in celebrations. There's wrestling in the boxes all the time. Fair play. We're just good at it. Yes, we not even bend the rules. We see Eddie Guerrero thing. We see what we can get away with. That's what the best sports teams have done. Arsenal, when we were in our pomp in my childhood, we did it. United did it. Liverpool did it. City did it, etc. And that's actually another hot take that isn't on the screen, yeah? I'll throw this. A lot of Arsenal fans need to pull their knickers and their boxes up, stop seeking outside validation. And I say that as someone that, you see me fighting the good fight. I'll always push back on connotations and things said about our club that I don't think is right, yeah? But the goalposts are always going to move. They're never going to rate us. The Chelsea sides, they said they're cheats and money and all these kind of things. City, rightly or wrongly, I could think of 115 reasons as to why people would say what they wanted. See what I did there? Smash the like button. Liverpool, they were saying Klopp's using Buki Aspen pumps. They'd won it during COVID, this, that, and the third. Any team that's won something, they've had something to say about it, people. So that's never going to change. By God's grace, we win a Prem and the champs, if not both, minimum one of the two. If we win a Prem, it's taking you 20 odd years when you move to your new stadium. It's taking Arteta 4 bites of the cherry. You won it playing boring football. Can you win it doing this? Can you retain it? You won a champs? Can you do it again? The goalposts have moved for Arsene Wenger, Jose Mourinho, Sir Alex Ferguson. So Arteta's got nothing to worry about. And obviously, this is, even if we win the league, this ain't the best Arsenal side I've seen in my life, and that they'll make history for reasons I've just discussed. What do you think is going to happen? Greater men and women than us have seen nonsense. So I think some fans, I do think there's people in life that are chronically online, just want to argue. It's okay not to like Arsenal or any other club, but I do feel, a lot of people project, like it goes beyond, not even friendly banter, but I don't like them, but I'm getting on with my life. Some people are so infused and consumed by this thing that I actually worry for their mental health and their physical health. They therefore have high blood pressure. So that's another one I'll throw out there, people. A next one for me, my position on Mikel Arteta has changed. You lot know, and you lot, probably now you lot are leaving me alone, but you've got onto me. I've got a weird relationship with the manager, and I'll explain. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. Look at Arteta for a sec and place Arsenal over there, people. I think you're a genius. I've said this before. I genuinely think you're a genius tactically. I think you're a genius. I would love to speak about football with you ad hoc, as like why this player stands there, why do this, that, and the other. You are one of the best upcoming managers. You have made us competitive. If we stop the banter thing, Arsenal, when we played certain teams, they know that they probably didn't have to do too much tactically. Now they know there's some dodgy stuff that we can do, whether it's the mid blocks, the low blocks, hit you on the transition, set pieces, good individuals, collectiveness. We've shown we're competitive in against some of the best clubs in this country and obviously abroad, right? So I think you're a genius. I believe that. I do think you're going to win stuff in your career, but I'm only interested if you're going to win stuff at Arsenal, because you get it. Like, I only care. When I bring Arsenal in, I did go into this season, like, if I really rate all the stuff I've just said there, and other stuff, if I really believe that about the gaffer and certain players individually and cool, even when we've been at our best or our worst, we finished second, we're closer to getting over the line than not. I think it's more than fair to say, you got 4 bites of the cherry, you need to bring home 1 as a minimum. That's my thinking going into this season. Obviously, we've seen how everything's transpired, right? And there is an element of, God forbid, but if it's a 4th year where you don't win silverware, this might be your story. You might have been the guy to steady the ship and make us competitive, and the next guy comes in. They might have to hear another voice. I don't doubt Arteta and the players' motivation to get up and go again, because at the end of the day, the most beautiful thing and the most horrible thing about life is that it goes on. But you have to, and he's obviously on 15 mil a year. You have to think, something else has got to go on. So that's what I believed. Where it's changed now is I still believe that on one hand, but then on the other hand, and I hope he wins stuff so we don't have to do any of this, there is that element of who are we going to get? Now, I ain't got the answers, but you took Arteta when he was just a member of coaching staff. You tried to get in the year we got Emery. So the club has shown you can find someone. And I don't think that's I'm not saying that as a reason to keep the guy in it. But there is an element of who are you going to get? I might want to move house. It's all fun and games saying, I'm going to sell my house. Where else am I living? There is that element. And for me, if we do go down the new manager route, you have to be prepared for everything. It could get better, and the next one comes in, does little 1-2 things. We win trophies. It could get worse. But you have to be okay with that. It's like being in a relationship. Are you just gonna, for the galley out there, use your common sense? But it's like, are you gonna be with a woman no matter how beautiful she is and the memories you've had, but you're not necessarily happy and things are changing? Are you gonna stay with her just because who else are you gonna be with? That's sourceless. That's not gallus. I'm not, hey, I'm not a gallus. I'm talking to you lot. Smash the like button, people. But you get the point, innit? But my position is changing to a point where I'm not gonna lie to you lot, people. As much as I believe everything I just said, and maybe it's because Everton done a thing. We were in the Champions League final. There is an element that of me that is more open to, what, kind of regardless if you win silverware. And I'm killing myself saying this. 1 more year as a minimum. That contract needs to be put on ice. I also still back Zubimendi. Now, Zubimendi, we ain't got time to feel sorry for you. We can't carry you. You look like a little boy that's lost his mum in a supermarket. First half of the season, you was amazing. You've done the reverse, Eze and Gyökeres, in that they weren't really saying much in the first half of the season. Granted, Eze, North London derby, Gyökeres had his moments, but Zubi was flying. Now he's gone off the boil and them lot are doing their thing. Yeah, I can make you excuses about we need more midfielders. We all wanted to see Miles Lewis-Skelly a lot sooner. I still believe he's important. Like, I'm just going to leave it at that. I still back Zubimendi. I still think he's quality, and I still want a central midfielder. I'll probably save this for another video, but if we cannot beat Crystal Palace and Burnley, we don't deserve the title. Nobody can convince me we don't need another centre mid, another left winger, another striker, and another defender. I could change my mind because I wasn't excited around Rice and Zubimendi, and I think it's good. We've all wanted Miles Lewis-Skelly to play in midfield. Arteta, you do. If you'd done this sooner, we probably would have picked up more points. I think Rice and Miles Lewis-Skelly is a better pivot than Zubimendi and Rice. Don't trust me because I will pivot away from that at some point. I do believe it's a sackable offence if Mikel Arteta cannot integrate Nwaneri, Miles Lewis-Skelly and Max Dowman, and maybe potentially Marley Salmon as well. I do think Nwaneri, it looks like, they might say the pathway, 100% profit on FFP, you might be someone that's sold, which I hope isn't the issue. It isn't the thing, because I think we need another centre mid. You can make a case of we need another guy to play in the Odegaard role. It's right there. It's right there. And the good and bad of what he's experienced at Arsenal and obviously at Marseille might make him, put him in good stead. But there's too many dominoes that need to fall, man. You've got Kai can play in midfield. I'm not saying I agree with this, but Kai can play in midfield. Marino can play in midfield. Norgard ain't got a look in, but he's still here on paper. You've got Zubi, you've got Rice. Odegaard and Eze could be utilised there. I'm calling for another centre mid. I don't know what that means. Nwaneri, I think it's a case the manager has to put a hat on you like he did with Smith Rowe and say, yo, you're going to get football. Like, I'm exaggerating, but I'm going to give you 5-10 starts. If you play well in the first 5, don't get excited. If you play poor in the next 5, don't get excited. But come the end of it, I need to see a base level of consistency kind of thing. For me, Nwaneri, you can play long-term. You can play in the Odegaard role. You can play in midfield. I think him and Dowman on occasions I've actually called for, could we just be a bit cute and clever and play them off the left? Obviously, if Wenger was here, another hot take, Nwaneri don't go alone. He gets football off the right. But yeah, that's what I believe with Nwaneri, innit? I don't believe we can sell both Martinelli and Trossard. In terms of what we've seen, if they both went, I wouldn't cry. But we've seen why you need players. I think one of them has to go this summer, bring in a left winger. You might phase the other one out if they don't change their ways. I think there's pros and cons to Martinelli staying and Trossard going, and Trossard staying and Martinelli going. But you get the point. I also think when it's all said and done, not to say we're amazing, haters know how decent we are as a football side. I also think, going back to what I said, until Arsenal fans stop engaging in rage bait, it won't stop, because you're literally keeping the lights on. And I don't know if I've said this before, but for me, and I've got no evidence on this really, but it's just what I believe with my heart, not necessarily the brain. But I think if we won the Champions League in 2006, upon moving to the Emirates, the whole trajectory of this club would have changed, people. But that's just me.